the stuff that you want to happen. And the second thing that I want you to do, be really mindful what's going on in your mind and the stuff that you say out loud. And whenever you say something about yourself that's self-deprecating,
10-minute game,
that you assume that is real, like maybe you're clumsy, or maybe you're dumb, or maybe you've always been bad at something, or maybe you're just not the type to be able to do something, I want you to change that purposefully around at that moment. I want you to preferably say it out loud to yourself and actually stand behind. So let's say you've been having a hard time being disciplined. You're not going to say, I just have a hard time being disciplined. You're going to say, I'm getting more disciplined by the day. Discipline comes easy to me. I'm the kind of guy that gets his work done on time, every time. I put in the work because I'm master of my destiny. I know what I have to do to get to where I want to go, and I'm going to do it. I won't be a failure. Being a failure is lame. So, write down your goals every day, twice if you're hardcore, and start rephrasing and reframing your language. It makes a massive difference.
Man, he's aggressive with the knight. Should have took him. Should have took him. My podcast went off. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. There we go. Playing the pawn game. Let's get some rooks out there. No one really ever does that move but me.
Let's talk about two super useful heuristics in the field of rejection, because we're all going to face that a lot, especially if you're in sales. And if you haven't figured that out yet, everyone is in sales. Doesn't matter if you have a business, doesn't matter if you actually work in sales. You are in sales almost 24/7, 365. If you want to convince someone of an idea,
blood first.
if you want to get your point across, if you want to seduce someone, it's all sales. So this is going to be useful for you because sales goes hand in hand with rejection. Now, I was in sales for a long time, almost over 15 years, and I have done over 10,000 sales presentations, so I know quite a few things about sales and rejection. And way back at the beginning, I used to door-to-door selling, which is brutal. Like, you face a lot of rejection if you go door-to-door, just ring the doorbell, do your pitch, get blown off, and then go to the next doorbell.
Right.
It was a great experience, even though it wasn't exactly fun to do. But it was a great experience because it sort of teaches you to be tougher, mentally tougher, and to keep going, even though you don't want to. And this is something that is sort of bred into us, where if someone tells you no, we tend to take that very seriously. We tend to take that personally as well. So that's the first heuristic that I'm going to give you in terms of rejection. It is never, ever personal. You may think it is, and you may try to convince yourself that it is, but I want you to internalize that it's never personal. It's not about you. It's about whatever you offer at that moment. And it's like a picture in time. It's about the mood of the person that you're pitching. It's about the circumstances. It's about their current budget, their current situation. A million things play into all of this. Maybe they woke up that morning with pain in their stomach, and that's the reason why they're now cranky, or why they don't feel like talking to you, and that's why you get rejected. And then if you don't have this internalized, you're going to think that it's you. But it's not you. It's the fact that their stomach is hurting, or they have They had a fight with their wife, or their dog is sick, or whatever. It can be anything. Like their hamster died yesterday, and now they're distraught because it's their favorite hamster. And you're thinking, like, it's me. It's the hamster. That has nothing to do with you. So, number one, always remember rejection is not personal. And don't ever think that it is. Because once you think that, things slide downhill really, really fast. It's always about,
Oh, he just took a pawn.
Whatever you're offering at that time just isn't a good fit for whatever reason. Doesn't really matter what it is, but it's not personal. It's not you that they're rejecting. And then the next point goes hand in hand with this, and that is that the opinion of people that don't give you money, that don't say yes, that don't want to work with you, has no value. Because people get this wrong all the time, and it's super annoying. Like, I used to have this with a colleague of mine. I did this door-to-door thing, right? And later on, I started to do mailings. So I would do real estate, right? Be a local real estate agent. And I would do these mass mailings. And some of my colleagues were starting to copy me. And one of them started doing it, and then he got these complaints. Because you always get Karen complaints, right? These middle-aged housewives that have nothing to do all day, and then they get a letter, and apparently they didn't want the letter, so they start complaining. And he did like 1,000-piece mailing, and then he get like 3 complaints of Karens. And he comes up to me and says, well, how do you handle this? And I said, well, I don't. I said, well, but these people are angry. I said, well, they're not giving you money, are they? So it doesn't really matter, does it? And this ties back into your childhood as well, where you were taught that if someone is angry with you, or like if someone is critical about your work or whatever you did, you should pay attention to it. Well, to an extent, yes. But in this case, if these are people that are not giving you money and that wouldn't give you money anyway, very important point, these people are never going to be clients. Their opinion doesn't matter. Like I saw that in copywriting a lot, where people send out emails and then you get an email back from some extremely frustrated dude saying, yeah, you're a bunch of amateurs and you should be ashamed that you're, emailing me and this is wrong and that is wrong. And you're like, bro, just ignore it. Delete the email, get him out of your database and move on with your life, because he was never going to be a client anyway. His opinion doesn't matter. Even aside from the fact that you have to be like sort of mentally unstable to do like a long reply to a cold email, that's a problem. But without doing some psychological analysis, let's just say if they're not giving you money, their opinion doesn't matter. Good rule to follow. So, recap. 1, rejection is never personal. It's always about what you're offering at that point in time. Never personal. And 2, the opinion of people that don't give you money doesn't matter.
So that one's done. How to spot. Let's see how our stream looks. Anyone in the chat? Not a very popular title. I think when the chat box is open, my webcam closes out. That's weird. All right, let me finish this game. Yeah. No. Time for another. Oh no.
Let me give you a very useful bullshit dispelling technique. In the future, I'll be referring to these as heuristics. If you look up the word heuristic, you'll see that it's something like a shortcut that saves you some thinking. It's a useful rule that cuts through the clutter and gives you a result. But look it up, the word heuristic. It's HEURISTIC. Very useful word in your vocabulary. Anyway, I get a lot of questions from people, and they tend to come with a story. So it's a client did X, or this girl did Y, or my friend says Z, and then after that comes the story. It's usually, yeah, but in the past they did this, or I think, or I feel that, and the whole story always comes after. Now, if you want to get through the heart of the matter into human relationships and human behavior, what you want to do is always watch what people do, not what they say. This is a massively important heuristic for you to implement in daily life. Watch what people do, don't listen to what they say. This is exactly how, for example, kids learn. As a parent, most of you aren't parents now, but in the future will be. You'll notice that kids don't listen to what you say, they watch what you do. This is why dysfunctional people have dysfunctional children. They imitate behavior. They don't imitate the words. They don't pick up the lessons from what you say. So if someone wants to be rich and he says he wants to be rich, but he doesn't work, that tells us everything we need to know. If someone says that, they want to quit smoking and they keep smoking, that tells us everything we need to know. If you have someone that wants to do business with you, but doesn't call you back, or he doesn't work, or he doesn't show up with ideas, or he prefers to smoke weed, or if someone wants to be jacked and strong, but he doesn't go to the gym and he keeps eating junk food, that tells us all we need to know. And what we tend to do as human beings is that we tend to come up with a story around it. Say, yeah, well, he's fat, but in the past he worked out a lot, and his parents really treated him very poorly. And he doesn't live near a gym either. And also, like, Jupiter is in retrograde right now, and the moon is half full, so you can't really expect him to start his diet now. But he's a good kid. He has a good heart. All of that bullshit. Strip away the bullshit. Just look at what people do, not what they say. Because if they were really, genuinely serious, and if they were about it, they would do whatever is in their power. And if they don't, well, that tells us all we need to know. Ignore the words, look at the behavior. What people do, not what they say.
All right. Does I guess these are podcasts.
Let's talk about how to get paid more and promoted faster. I got a question about pay raises, and it was all about, the minimum wage is this, and then maybe I get 3% added to that, but some people are older, and blah, blah, blah. That's all bullshit. Let me first start by saying that there's nothing wrong with getting a job. So occasionally I make fun of wages, a 9 to 5, but it's just that. It's me having fun. It's not looking
Killed
down
him.
on that at all. Because I had jobs, most successful rich people have jobs, and like I said, there's nothing inherently wrong with it.
Who's
What's
next?
wrong with it is actually accepting the whole culture around, let me work my way up in the next 10 years and get a 3% pay raise every year, and then maybe one day I'll make it to middle manager. That is wrong, and I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to take the normal trajectory. I want you to take a extraordinary trajectory. And here's how to do it.